Hey, what's up, everybody? Joshua with Oki, and today we're going to kind of go over the market, go over some things that we haven't been able to catch up with over the last couple of weeks, things that's happening in the markets, uh, different projects with NFTs, how's the crypto market, obviously in general, how's that going, how gaming, metaverse is going. So we're not going to take too much of your time. We're just going to kind of jump right into it. So over the last week or two, we went to the NFT NYC event, spent about 4 days there from Monday to Thursday, basically 7-8 hours a day, including the after parties, which was a lot of fun. A lot of cool people showed up. Microsoft was there. Busta Rhymes was at some of these events, as well as like Gary V, people, a couple other rappers, I think. Overall, there was probably hundreds of thousands of people that showed up to this event, and it was a 4-day event, right? Like, so Monday you had to go and register, kind of get used to, meeting people, I guess, because a lot of us were locked up for a long time, so just getting out into the space. But everybody was like super cool. Like Tuesdays and through Thursday, all the events had like their own stage. Some of them were like in theaters, and then they had rooms where people could like congregate together and meet each other, collaborate a little bit, change numbers, just connect with people. And they also provided some food. And like I said, some of the after parties were insane, right? And the thing about like the NFT space with stuff like this is a lot of these really big parties and such were only if you held certain NFTs. So like Bored Ape Yacht Club, if you own their NFTs, then you'd be able to go to like their big parties that they had every single night. Obviously, big people were there. If you don't know what Bored Ape Yacht Club is, you should look it up. But you have big name people joining this. You have Snoop Dogg, part of Bored Ape Yacht Club, Stephen Curry. You also have Timberland. He's in the space. He has an NFT. Bored Ape Yacht Club. Maybe Busta Rhymes does as well. Shaq has a Bored Ape Yacht Club. So anyways, there's just a lot of things to cover. I think a lot of people in our channel is new to the space. So what we're going to try to do is just cover everything. So let's jump into it. So Bitcoin right now is trading at 60,000, bouncing between like 58, 59,000. So we can get this chart a little bit better. So we basically hit like 66,000, 69,000 as like our high in the last week or so, right? Last 2 weeks. And we got rejected from that. And our previous high was around 64,500. And we really were hanging out pretty good for a while. If you look at this chart right here, these are the last two ups we had. We had October 20th, and then we had November 8th, which was 67,000. We actually went to 69,000, which is pretty funny. And we got rejected. But we're holding support at 58,000. Basically, there's people thinking that we're going to go down to 52,000, 53,000. That's where you see my support line right here that I drew a long time ago. I don't necessarily see that playing out. I think, if anything, we're resting on this EMI ribbon right here, this orange one, and we should probably bounce up from there. If not, then okay, yeah, sure, we'll go down to like this orange one. But basically the same exact things playing out that happened in 2017. We had a major pullback, about like 20% in the market, 30, 40% in the market, and then we ran up something like 300 or 400%. So if we hold support at 60,000, then we should be able to go to like 80,000, 85,000, 90,000. Hopefully by the end of November. Now time's running out. Today's like the 16th, so we really got to get the move on. If you look at the RSI, it's a good indicator of when you should be moving in, moving out. We are looking at the daily right now. It's come down. Obviously, this is like the peak. So if you look right here, how this is, right? So we have the RSI ribbon that's all the way down at the bottom, which means obviously the market's down, right? This is down at like 30,000 back in like May. This is when you'd be scooping up, buying as much as you could physically possibly afford. And then you'd be selling here, you'd be selling here. You could buy back here, or you could just wait for it to fall back down here. So if you look at where we are right now, we're just about at where you could buy in, but it's also risky because it could still go down a whole lot farther, which would be around 30,000. I think 60,000, even 58,000, if we bounce back down there a little bit, is the perfect time to buy in. But again, like, there's huge risks with that because we could just keep going back down. Because the way the charts look, they look just like 2017. So I'm no genius or anything, but history does like to repeat itself, especially with crypto. November is always one of those months that are the most bullish ever. We also, if you were to look up like Plan B, this is a guy you should be following if you're not already, you're interested in this space. But basically, Plan B has been fairly accurate on the last 3 months of predictions of exactly where we're going to close each month. So he's accurately predicted the last 3 months. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I should have already had it, but it's okay, whatever. So basically what we're saying is that if you're already in the game, don't panic, don't sell, most likely. And just hold on, right? Because if you do, you're looking at life-changing gains, life-changing wealth. And those that sell and get out, they're not going to make no money. So just the way the market is, the market's pretty much well manipulation. A lot of these are from people that probably got leveraged out as well. And at the same time that these people got over leveraged, which means that they're using platforms like BitMax or something like that, and they're able to, let's say you put 1,000 in, well, you can actually leverage that 1,000 and turn that 1,000 into like 5,000 or 10,000. So, but any little bit of movement to the downside could be very bad. So the risk of that is a lot of people getting liquidated, which causes sell pressure in the market. And with the new infrastructure bill that came out recently, that got passed and actually signed by Biden, was it like yesterday or Monday? Today's Wednesday. With the people getting liquidated and Biden signing the infrastructure deal, is probably why we have the whales basically taking advantage of the market. So this is just straight manipulation. Nothing really should be stopping us from getting to our goals, which would be 80,000, 90,000, at least by the end of the year, if anything, right? So one of the things I wanted to kind of cover with you guys as well, switching gears just a little bit, is remember when I told you guys about the Sandbox? So if you would have bought in, you could check some of our other videos. If you would have bought into the Sandbox like a month ago, basically, you'd been able to pick up these land plots for about 3,000, 2,500, somewhere around there. They were at like 0.45, 0.35 or something like that. And so now look at them. The floor is 2,800 Sandbox. Okay. So if I was to buy 2,800 Sandbox right now, I want to say this is about $6,000 or $7,000. So if you would have bought it in about a month ago on the metaverse lands, because I told you guys that the metaverse was going to be very popular and pop off, and literally like 2 weeks later, Facebook came out with an announcement that they changed their name to Meta. So let's see here, we got Sandbox. I picked up some land. My partner picked up some land, and one of my best friends picked up some land as well. So we all hit home runs there. I did sell mine a little bit too early, but I did also make a little bit of profit. All right, so let's say I wanted to buy 2,800. $10,000. So the floor right now for these are $10,000, and to buy in, it was something like $2,400, $2,500, literally like a month ago. I definitely lost on this one as well because I sold to it early, but at least my friends made some money. I got some of these are 4,000, 4,700, 5,000. Two ETH, 2.5 ETH, 6,000 to get next to Atari. So the whole point, I guess, of this is that gaming and metaverses will be one of the biggest things in the NFT space if you're interested in this space. So if you want to find out more information, learn about this a little bit more, I suggest you follow me on Twitter. I talk about these things a lot. I share a lot of things about this. Also, you guys should join our Discord channel. We got a lot of good stuff in here as well. It's called Kosher Coin. So we talk about a lot of good things. We have a lot of good people up in here. We're having a good time. But so the Sandbox here is, you could be like, hey, is the ship already sold? I would say we're still really early. This just costs a lot of money to get in. So this brings me to my next thing called MatrixWorld Land Voucher. So you should go over to their Twitter page, MatrixWorld, and this is a little bit of an alpha drop, okay? So a lot of people don't know about this. Nobody's really talking about this. And right now there's only 416 volume ETH that's been traded compared to something that's been like 40,000 of Sandbox. And the central land is also high up there as well, a couple of thousand. When I originally seen this project, it was only something like 250 ETH volume traded, and the floor was something like 0.25. Unfortunately, I didn't buy in there either. I have a lot of my coins tied up in cryptos and altcoins and such like that. And I also have a crap ton of NFTs as well. So it just wasn't a good time for me to buy any projects. And I actually got a lot of other projects to show you guys as well. But yeah, so if you guys want to get into something that could be like Sandbox in the future, then this project right here is a great alternative. So their land dropped like 3 or 4 days ago, and they have a Discord. You can go in there and follow them. Here's their website, and you can go ahead and pre-register for the metaverse. So that way you can go ahead and get in like an alpha and start playing the game. But they had 2,000 of the first wave, then they did 5,000 the second wave, and 3,000 in the third wave of their land sales. And the 6x6 basically went for 7 Ethereum, the 3x3 went for 1.8, the 2x2 went for 8 Ethereum. And so this 2x2 right now is going for about 2.2 Ethereum, 2.5 Ethereum at the floor. So a good return. And nobody's talking about this project, but it's very, very valuable. And they're going to have a custom way for you to program your NFTs and objects to do certain things. So right through their UI, they're going to have an API integration, and you'll be able to like write your scripts or whatever. Each one of these land plots are also going to be app friendly. So as a landowner, you could have certain things that are on your land. Let's just say, I don't know, like a gas station randomly, right? And people come up and they're driving their car. They got to swipe and do a transaction or whatever on your piece of land. And that's like an app that you set up, right? And you get money for that. So as you sell the land property as well, those apps come with it. So it's a little complex there, a little bit above me of what I understand, but that's basically it in a nutshell. And you'll be able to like create your objects, right, off of other people's templates. So you can just run this bot automation, I guess, and then it's going to copy whatever template that it's building off of. They also have like a battle game going with this, obviously. So they have like a lot of different things, a lot of different play style is probably like PvE, player versus player. And it's also going to be multi-chain. So right now it uses Ethereum and Flow, and they also want to go into like other networks like probably like Polygon, maybe Matic. What else do we have? We have like AVAX, maybe Polkadot. The whole point of the metaverse is for interoperability. So that way we can go from platform to platform. So that way we can trade our coins across many different platforms as cheaply as possible. That's really the goal with a lot of this, right? Nobody's going to be the clear winner, I don't think. I think we're just going to have a lot of different platforms and groups over here, groups over there, just like society. And we'll have blue chip games that stand out, kind of like Google today, Amazon today. You'll have these companies, these crypto companies, right? And those will be basically the biggest companies in the in the next century. You have Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay, check this out. So I don't know how much volume. How do I pull the volume for that? Rarity. So this right here, Bored Ape Yacht Club, check this out. So I'm looking at Rarity Tools. I'm looking at all collections. It tracks it by volume, so the 7-day volume. What's insane about this, right, is 23,342 Ethereum puts this NFT collection valued at more than like Google, valued more than Amazon or something like that. Like it's something ridiculous. Maybe even Apple. Like they're more valuable than Apple. Think about that. They're more valuable than Ford. But yeah, so anyways, a little rant there. We have this could be a really cool project. I don't know. If you want to buy into it, buy into it. I'm not telling you to do none of this. I'm telling you is financial advice at all. I'm just preaching to the choir. If you would have bought in, you could have looks like the floor just on the 14th was moving up to 1.6 ETH on average. Another project I want to bring up to you is, so these the Matrix people also have their white paper. So if you want to like read through this and kind of get a little bit more in-depth information on exactly what they are building, they have it right here, white paper. So this is pretty much one of the main things in the videos I wanted to bring to you guys is the Matrix, because nobody's really talking about it. The people that are in the space are diamond handing it. They're big players, big wallets, big whales, things like that. Let's kind of go into some other things I want to cover. Like I said, if you guys haven't, go ahead and just follow me on Twitter and also get into our Discord group. So we're going to cover another project. I also want to go over Rainbow with you guys as well. So this NFT project right here, Peril, is pretty much like a NFT and gaming metaverse, and it's probably going to be pretty huge. I'm sorry for the dog outside. I always have trouble trying to find these guys' links. So, actually, we'll skip Peril for now. We'll come back to them. I actually want to show you guys this one. This is the one I was mainly wanting to show you guys. So it's called like Cypher, I guess. And let's pull up their website real quick. Also, go ahead and if you guys want, go ahead and follow them on Twitter. I recommend it. One of the key things with this space I have learned is if you want to get good at NFTs, what to buy, when to buy them, or just get an understanding of the space, you have to be on Twitter. It's one of the main things. You have to be on Discord. If you're on Twitter, you're following certain people, you're going to find out the alphas. You're going to see where the community is, what they're kind of backing, what they're kind of behind. Just because a project has a lot of followers, that's not necessarily the best thing, right? So you have to follow the right people that are actually innovating in the space and actually constantly learning, constantly growing, and pushing themselves in the space. So one of the projects that the big brains and the big whales are talking about is this project called Decipher, and they are going to be a NFT collection with utility. They have something like, I don't know, I want to say 18,000 characters, 20,000 characters. There's something like 3 or 4 different races. Each one has like 5,000 or 10,000 people. And we'll see a little bit more of that information on Opensea. But yeah, they're building a entire metaverse. They have a whole studio team that is dedicated to building out this game. It's brand new. It's fresh. It could be one of the top gaming ones out there. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. This is insane. It's also, own your character. You can also earn as you play. I like how I said that. Got a little sneak peek here. You can also check out if you guys wanted. It's kind of like, it's got the feel of like the comics, right? And another thing to consider that I liked really about this art is it reminds me of like World of Warcraft, right? And World of Warcraft was super popular because of the characters that they had. And one of the really popular characters that they had was like this night elf woman characters, and these were super popular. So that's pretty much one of the main things I liked about this project, I guess you could say. It reminded me. They got a little clip here, shows some little some action, I guess, or whatever, of like their gameplay. So you guys can watch that or whatever. Got a player economy, so eventually they'll come out with their own cryptocurrency, most likely, or some type of in-game currency that's tradable, sellable as well. They're doing a comic series, it looks like, exclusive limited edition spaceships. So if you own one of these NFTs, you'll get airdropped these parts, and you put these parts together to create a spaceship, which is pretty cool. I'm assuming that's going to cost some gas, but it's part of the game with all this. You also have like really big backers. So you got like Aetherian Capital and Yield Guild right here. And you also have 98 Coin. I don't think I really know a lot of the other ones. And yeah, here's some more immediate pictures, all that good stuff. Go ahead and follow them on Twitter if you like this project. Get involved, get in Discord. But let's just say you are in their Discord. One of the main things I kind of want to show you guys is I need to find the Opensea links. I think the newest ones are called Inuse. So these are the new ones, I believe. Okay, these are the first editions. So these are the second editions, the Nekos. While we wait for this to load up. All right, cool. So these were doing really, they're actually, the floor is down now. It's at 0.1. It was actually going really, really good. It was going up to 2.3. And I ironically wanted to buy in here at 1.2. And I was literally just saying the other day, like, man, when I was doing stuff around the house, I'm like, man, I really wish I could have bought into this when it was at like 1.2, and now it's at 1.1. So I might buy a couple of these because they were selling. I mean, look, but this one sold for 0.82. It's probably like super rare, don't get me wrong. Just check out these real quick. So it's kind of one of the things you can do. You can just check out like their sales. These are all sales. Here's the price they sold for, and then like their time, how long ago they sold. You could also like go into the people's wallet and see what other NFTs they have in their collections. But overall, I just think this is a solid collection. I think they have like a rarity tool up now. So if you wanted to pick up one of these, I would recommend going through like a rarity and trying to buy some like rare ones off the floor as much as possible. Here is the first generation. They have different classes, right? So this is like 2 that you see. You have the Surge, and then you have the Flash. and then there's two other ones. But these are like the OGs. These are like the first generation ones. There's no benefit to holding them other than like these were like the first ones. But I think this is going to be like a 40,000 piece collection. So you have a lot of time to, I guess, grow as well. But these are pretty cool. These go for a lot of money. The floor is pretty good, 28. And it's been holding steady, right? It's had some good peaks and stuff, but it's been holding steady. So, yeah, again, this is one of those metaverses, meta games that they're building. A lot of big names are following, big heads. And it could be a solid buy if you are looking at a PFP NFT gaming play that also has full utility. We also have a couple other ones that I want to go over with you guys. Let's see here. So let's go with the Ethereans. So this is a huge project right here. This is a really huge project right here, and I got into this about 3 or 4 months ago, and they are just now getting their game basically working with the Sandbox. They're actually working with the Sandbox right now. And we'll pull up the Ethereans. So the Ethereans are really unique. They have a 3D movie coming, and they also have video games. Like I said, they have a partnership with the Sandbox that's actually working. So basically, they'll have their own metaverse. They have their own lands. Each one of their characters here, each one will have like a certain rank, right? Each one will have certain abilities. All this would be tradable. Inside the game, each rank and everything will have a duty, a role, things that they can do that the other ones cannot do, stuff like that. And this is just a really underneath the radar project. Okay, they have over 700 Ethereum volume already traded. The floor is still underneath 0.1 Ethereum, and they have, like I said, partnership with the Sandbox. They already have, where is it? Like they had a demo of it. They have. So yeah, like I said, they already have the game being built inside the Sandbox as it is. This might even be Decentraland. But they actually, what I'm trying to say is they actually have a team. They actually have things that's going on. Here's one of their Sandbox characters right here. So, the dev team's kind of quiet. They don't really update too much. But they are building the game. They're building the partnerships, and they're getting it up. And they're also providing a utility. So if you own 3 of these, you'll be able to set something up called like the Empire. Meat or some crap like that. Maybe it's in the Discord. Empire. There we go. So this is a really cool thing. This ties with the Ethereum is what I'm trying to show you guys. Basically, what it allows you to do is put up your characters. You create like an empire, okay? And you put up your characters. You get something like 10 invader tokens per day per Etherean. So if you have 3, which is the minimum required, you need at least 3. You can get 30 per day. And then once these add up, right, you can actually purchase these NFTs through their marketplace. So you can buy these, right? And then you can list these on the Opensea for a profit. And this also adds, again, like tokens to the project, which is just another utility to increase the value. That's also going to be the game currency for the Ethereans. So food for thought there. And And again, you should just follow these guys probably on Twitter as well. Great project, great team. Join their Discord, all that good stuff. And then I don't know how many other projects I want to show you guys. Let's go over some like crypto real quick, right? So we can look at CoinGecko, and let's look at Altora real quick. I know you guys are super interested into like Altora and these types of calls. So basically, you know, Altora is kind of going through it right now. They actually just got listed on, when's our high right here? November 3rd was our high. So Altora actually just got listed on crypto.com. And so it shouldn't take too much longer before you see it do something like UFO. The market's down overall, so crypto's kind of taking, you know, a dump right now. But as soon as they got listed, this is where this pump came through. Where's it, like right here? As soon as they got listed, so they were down here, and then they got listed, and they shot up to up here. But yeah, so Altora is, if you didn't know, a smart contract gaming NFT play. Pretty much all the future games, for the most part, will be built on probably Altora's marketplace, database, whatever you may want to call it. I personally think that Altora is kind of like the Amazon Web Services of gaming. So they already have a lot of partnerships. Like they're already partnered with Polka City and Chain Games, I think. A couple other partnerships as well. And if you want to get in, it's probably a good time to get in now. So our high was, again, back in November 3rd for 45 cents. And we have cooled off, but we're also moving sideways. So if you don't know anything about crypto, moving sideways is a very, very bullish sign. Obviously, it means we pretty much bottomed out here, bottomed. So the bottom is pretty much right around 22, 24. It's pretty much where we're bouncing right now. Right now, we're at 25. So with them getting listed on crypto.com, I see $1 coming so soon. I mean, that's 75 cents per one you own that you're going to be able to get up on. And then what else should we talk about? We have Polka Bridge, which went absolutely insane not too long ago. So just the other day, which was the 15th, we went up to $3.86, which was a gain of about 65% in one day. This is the 15th, yeah. So like first thing in the morning, like look at this. We were down at 277 and we ran all the way up here, which was a 65% gain day. So the pretty much main coins that I'm focused on these days is just like the Polkadot ecosystem, the AVAX ecosystem, gaming cryptos like Sandbox, Decentraland, also like future upcoming games like Big Time, obviously the Matrix meta game that's going to be huge, I think. Engine's always a good play. You can go for Engine. Those are good plays as well. But Engine's kind of like a high market cap already, so you might not exactly want to go into that. Sandbox, I feel like, is already kind of pumped up. I mean, still a crap ton of room to grow. Sandbox could be bigger than Decentraland and Axie Infinity combined. It's all a gamble, man. You know, nobody really knows where these markets are going to go. But just trying to show you guys the path. Obviously, if you would have gotten in anytime in October with a lot of our other previous videos, then you would have made out like a bandit. Right now, it's sitting at its all-time highs again at $3.50. So it's pretty good. For a 30 days, we're up 381%. All right, so another really under the radar project that a lot of people have forgotten about is this Colony Online. So they are a AAA gaming studio. They have something like 20, 30 people on their team. So here's their website, right? And basically they're creating all these little worlds for us to go and play on. They have a collection of like 25,000 NFTs. Each one of these will be able to be played inside the game. Each one of these has items and gears and rares and all this stuff that can be tradable, sold, all that good stuff. They're also going to have a in-game currency. So I can explain this a little bit more to you in the future, but basically if you own one of these characters, then you're going to be airdropped in your wallet the in-game currency, and that could have a value of a few $1,000s for free or whatever it may be. But that's obviously, you can sell it on the open marketplace, or you can use it for the game if you want to. And yeah, so this is, again, here's the thing. I think that this game could truly have potential to be one of the biggest games out there. You just have to possibly ape in and have patience, because this could be a very long play. Now, I'm going to tell you, though, it's also a very, very cheap play. If you wanted to get into an NFT project that was kind of like your first, look at this, 0.01. Okay, 0.01. And I find that truly amazing. I find that truly amazing, right? Simply for the fact that if we were to look at like the Twitter of this guy, Slushy. So this is the, I guess, the owner of Colony Online, or was one of the UI, the game developers, part of the team of game developers, whatever it may be. He sold Colony Online and is still part of the team, still game developing, and still interacting with the community, right? Like all of his, he's on a, look, like Slushy, right? Slushy. Okay. This guy is very, very smart. He's very intelligent. He understands the space very, very well. And one of the things he said is like, don't forget, we are developing an in-game cryptocurrency which will be airdropped to redeemed columnist holders at the time of the game launch. So he understands that there's power and utility in giving back to your community. And again, man, they're a AAA gaming studio, right? Like, these guys are huge. Like, yeah, they got 25,000 right here. I think the game's supposed to come out like next year or something like that. They are going to be, who did they partner up with? Collins. I think they pull from here. I believe that they partnered up with like Still Games. Still something. Follow them on Twitter too. I recommend. Here's their 3D avatar for their game. I think that should have it somewhere. Look, so here's Slushy right here. Just got 5K from this ENS airdrop just for being early and owning a bunch of .eth addresses. So he basically got free money from just owning one of these things. Not like Colony Online, but one of those ENS domains. Here's another shot of their in-game. I don't really see it, but yeah. So if you guys really want like kind of like a cheap, potentially big play, then this would be it. So these guys, again, this kid that's running it, he's not really a kid. He's like 20 years old, but he's been in the space for a long time, right? So Slushy I mean, look at this, guys. Like, let's just think about this. He has 3 of these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. All right, look, he's 21 years old. He's got his 3rd one, and he paid 70 ETH for this. You guys know how much that is? 70 times, I don't know, 40. Off my head, it's like $4,200 right now. So $300,000 this guy just paid for a new one of these. So obviously he's in the space. He's leading the way. He's doing things that are insane. And if you don't take advantage of things like this and take those risks, sometimes, I mean, you have a potential to miss out. This guy is basically clicked up with the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And again, if you didn't already know, Bored Ape Yacht Club is basically worth more than Google right now, maybe worth more than Amazon, something insane. I heard about it today, or I read about it somewhere. The Bored Ape Yacht Club association alone is going to be huge long-term play because their owners are people like Busta Rhymes, Snoop Dogg, Timberland, things like that, right? Stephen Curry, and they're going to be promoting their Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. They're going to be building businesses underneath that license and promoting these other communities that are associated with them, right? So you don't think that this guy, with all of his connects and everything like that, especially with being a Bored Ape Yacht Club member, you don't think he's going to try to get this pumped up? Look how cheap this is. This is insane. I mean, this is literally insane. I'm literally going to buy probably like 5 or 10 of these myself. Not financial advice at all, but just trying to bring you guys some really good projects. Again, I bought into this literally like 3 or 4 months ago, and honestly, it's just gone down from there for me. But I'm looking at the bigger picture. One of the biggest problems in the space, I think, is that most people are looking for the quick money. So not all NFTs will be quick money. I've had success with selling NFTs and that sort of thing. If I was to like pull like my Gmail, for example, we can go to like Opensea. So I sold this right here. This is a Sandbox item. It's a Ape Harbor Yachts Pier, and it sold for 0.28 ETH. Hindsight, I probably shouldn't have sold it, but I needed liquidity. And the same thing for my lands right here. So remember when I told you guys that we bought in land early? We bought in at like 0.45 or something, and then we sold it quickly around for like 0.6. In hindsight, I should have kept it because now it's worth like 2.5 ETH or something like that, something insane. So I lost on that one. But the things I'm telling you guys is not things that I haven't done, right? And then like CNFT, what I'm saying? I've sold items through other marketplaces as well. So it's just something I'm very familiar with in general. And some of you guys might be interested. One last alpha leak I'll drop for you guys, if you guys are still even watching, is that Pavia, which was a land metaverse for Cardano, is still in play. And the community is still strong, still very, very active. And they have a whole thing inside Discord that they're selling their lands, everything like that. You can also sell this land on cnft.io. You can also buy it on here. The floor right now is like 150 or 300, something like that. Yeah. So, if you were to sort like low to high, 180A, 170 ADA. So basically 170 ADA is the floor right now. If you bought in, you would have gotten in for like 35, 39 ADA. So you would have clearly made some great money. But yeah, so they are going to have another land sale drop is what I was trying to tell you. I believe before Christmas. So keep your eyes out for that. That's going to be huge. Guys, don't forget, if you haven't already, make sure you follow us. Make sure you hit that like, the bell icon. That's huge. And, please go ahead and just follow me on Twitter. That's huge for me as well. Obviously, that makes me more motivated, more happy to keep this going. And then, join our Discord. Come in, chat it up, ask us questions, not a big deal. We already have a bunch of people in here that's communicating daily. We also have some of my team in here. So we're just growing, learning, listening, and paying attention to the space. All right. So you guys have a great time, and talk to you later.